Hello, this is Purple Rosa and I'm continuing on with the Elsweyr main quest here. We have to talk to Palace Tharn and meet him here in Rimmen, the main city of Elsweyr here. As we were told to leave Elsweyr by the dragon Mulan Mia, me and Palace Tharn were, but we are not going to. We are instead going to make a parlay with Queen Euraxia. Well, at least I hope so. So let's go meet Palace Tharn and get this parlay underway. I'm looking forward to the banter between Palace Tharn and his half-sister.
I expected sorrow and despair. But the situation here goes beyond even my prophetic inklings.
From you, that's saying something. Are you sure? Rimmen looks peaceful to me. Yes, it does. I haven't really explored the main city here much.
On the surface, yes. But peace through tyranny provides false harmony. Euraxia uses fear and threats of violence to keep the Khajiit in line, making them second-class citizens in their own province. It appalls me to think Euraxia and I are related.
Fear and threats of violence, what do you mean exactly?
It would be better if I showed you. Follow me and I'll demonstrate the true depths of my half-sister's villainy. Her grip on Rimmen is far tighter than it appears.
Oh, you can choose to skip the tour, but no, I want to see everything. Alright, show me how Euraxia keeps the Khajiit in line.
Very well. But what I'm about to show you isn't for the faint of heart. Follow me.
Ooh.
Have you ever visited a Rimmen workhouse? They treat the Khajiiti workers worse than slaves.
I recently traveled past Two Moons Temple. I hate to say it, but I think the monks there have gone mad.
What makes you say
This can't be good.
They were chasing butterflies, but I couldn't see any.
It's
They
that
were
building over there.
chasing nothing.
For most of Rimmen's Khajiit, it's the only job available to them.
It's not right.
you saw nothing?
The workhouse serves to snare the poor and the destitute, those who fall behind on their debts. They come here to find employment and earn a decent wage, but the costs deducted to pay for room and board leave them worse off than they were before.
Yep, it's not right. The workhouse accepts only Khajiit workers.
One of the first things Euraxia did after declaring herself queen was to institute tariffs and fines that apply only to Khajiiti citizens. No one else needs the workhouse. A cruel tactic, but effective.
There's nothing the Khajiit can do?
The Rimmen Khajiit? No. Any complaints incur fines for causing a public disturbance or some other inane ordinance. No one wants to risk falling even further into debt. It's ingenious. Monstrous, but ingenious.
Yeah. Sounds like slavery.
Oh, Euraxia is clever. She pays the Khajiiti, and the workhouse isn't technically a prison. On the surface, it appears to be a place that helps society's unfortunates, but underneath, it's slavery without any of the uncomfortable trappings.
Huh.
Now, let's visit the Rimmen marketplace.
Hold on. Okay. Let's continue. This coming from Tharn, you can tell that he has changed.
Count Hosny's so thrilled with what you did for him. He's throwing another party.
It may be hard to see, but the Khajiiti merchants struggle to keep their stalls open, while the less bestial business people rake in the profits. Euraxia would have you believe it's a matter of work ethic, but we know better.
Yes, we do. You're saying the Khajiit merchants are treated unfairly?
Unfairly doesn't begin to cover it. Khajiiti merchants must deal with high tariffs, extra inspection fees, costly licenses. Euraxia's squeezing them for every piece of gold imaginable. She even instituted a fur tax.
What? Yep, I really don't like Euraxia now.
On the surface, it seems reasonable to make Khajiit pay for extra inspections to ensure their fur isn't getting into the products they sell. And while they do shed, it's just another way to discriminate against the rightful citizens of this land.
Yes. It's not right.
Come along. I want to show you the improvements Euraxia made to the palace walls.
Just... If I'm being quiet, it's because this is just... It's wrong. It's wrong. But yeah, oh, look at this architecture. Oh, we'll get a better view of the city from here too. Oh, look at that.
See the trebuchets? Notice how they're aimed into the city below.
What? No, she wouldn't. She wouldn't.
See how the siege weapons sit upon the walls? When it comes right down to it, you're looking at the secret of my half-sister's success.
She's threatening them. What do you mean her success?
How else do you think Euraxia maintains order and keeps the Elsweyr defense force at bay? She declared publicly and has repeated often that any attempt to liberate Rimmen will see her unleash the full fury of the siege weapons upon the city.
Yep, she's holding the city hostage. She would destroy the city?
If Euraxia can't have Rimmen, then neither can anyone else. She'd destroy the city in a heartbeat if she thought she was in danger of losing control. Of course, she tells her non-bestial subjects that only the Khajiit districts are targeted.
Can you really target the weapons that precisely?
Absolutely not. But the lie makes her supporters feel better. The Khajiit know that even a peaceful protest could result in the destruction of Rimmen. So far, no one has dared to challenge Euraxia's will in this matter, and for good reason.
Yeah, I can see why. Innocent people would die. I think it's time we went and had a talk with Palace Tharn.
When we get to the palace, let me do the talking. As the Elder Tharn, I'll demonstrate my dominance over Euraxia and negotiate a cessation of hostilities.
Cool. But yeah, she wouldn't. She wouldn't. Oh, but look at this city view. It's so pretty. I'm gonna have to walk the streets of this properly. So this is the palace. Do love the architecture. But after doing that tour with Tharn, I hate Euraxia even more now. Makes me sick. This is the palace. It's pretty. What's over here? It's a hidden garden with a gate. So yeah, let's go in. Let's get more sick by talking to Euraxia. Oh, so this is the palace. Interesting. Surprised she hasn't.
Ah, here come Queen Euraxia's guests now. I don't like the looks of these meddlers. I say we feed them to the dragons and be done with it.
What? Cadwell the Betrayer? So this is Zumong Foom. Oh, just his name. Wait. What? Cadwell is the Betrayer? What is this? Actually, this does make sense because Cadwell is a soul shriven like us. Well, yeah. Ah.
I know you. I saw you through the soul-shriven's eyes. You were with the fool who thinks himself the shining knight of Sirad. If only he knew what a monster I was. The horrors of Cold Harbor pale before my heinous deeds.
Ah! I did not expect this at all. So this is the betrayer from the Kunzari story. You're Cadwell's head.
I am my own head, yes. I am the hero of Sirad and the villain of Elsweyr, the champion of the Third Edict massacre and the dark knight they call the Betrayer.
So Cadwell did say he had visions, but it was like he was seeing them through someone else's eyes, which is his original eyes. Because when you become a soul-shriven, technically it's like a copy of yourself. I think that's how it works. You aren't the Cadwell I know.
Of course not. I am the genuine article, much more real than a disembodied soul given shape in the flesh cauldrons of oblivion. But why do you presume to talk to me? I have killed greater beings than you for much, much less.
You're the betrayer mentioned on the gravestone.
Came to that conclusion by yourself, did you? That's what they called me. There's a certain ring to it, but I always preferred my more grandiose titles. Champion, Slayer, Dark Knight. When I am made whole, the cats will pay for what they did to me.
But you betrayed them, so maybe you deserved it. This Dark Cadwell's interesting. So Zumong Foom.
So you're Abner Tharn's bodyguard and valet. Not what I expected. I assume you want to follow your master into the Queen's inner sanctum, huh? I'll allow it. But first, I want to gauge the measure of your marrow.
You're one of Euraxia's necromancers.
I am Queen Euraxia's chief necromancer. You may call me Zumog Foom. The other grave callers answer to me. And this is my familiar and confidant, Sir Cadwell the Betrayer.
Is that Cadwell's head?
Ah, yes. The Betrayer saw you when it looked through the soul-shriven's eyes. The creature you know is a pale shadow of the dark knight that once walked these lands. I exhumed his remains and reanimated him. Well, his head, it was all I could find.
So where's his body then? Huh? Why did you dig up Cadwell's head?
My actions don't concern you. I just wanted to meet Abner Tharn's lackey and determine if Queen Euraxia had anything to fear. The answer is quite clear. Your insignificance rivals that of the soul-shriven fool, which makes you eminently forgettable.
How dare you!
Now about the rest of my body, O pestilent one. Your insults won't hasten the process, betrayer. But there's a terrible draft in what used to be my nether regions.
If Cadwell was the betrayer before he became a soul-shriven, makes you wonder because we were killed as well, and then we became a soul-shriven ourselves, so our original body is still out there. But Manamarco probably made our original body a zombie, we don't know. This just got more interesting than it was. So yeah. This is the throne room. Wow.
Presenting Abner Tharn,
Grand Chancellor and Overlord of Nibene, Imperial Battle Mage of the Elder Council, and Patriarch of the Tharn Dynasty, and his bodyguard.
Ah, half-brother. Your arrival, it's so unexceptional.
Pretending to be a queen...
Hush, Abner, you bore me. Bodyguard, you look interesting. Come talk to me.
Ooh.
You heard her. Good luck.
Well, Abner Tharn did say we were pretty, so... maybe Euraxia does too? Let's talk to her. So this is Euraxia.
My sources indicated that my son's murderer was somewhat taller. Ah, well. Now, why in the world should I even consider negotiating with the monster who murdered my dear Javad?
We did? Don't remember that. We came to warn you. The dragons consider you a puppet and they plan to betray you. Javad Tharn was your son. He tried to destroy Reaper's March. Ah, that's right. I don't know if we should warn her. Let me talk to Tharn first. Ah, I can't. So, we'll do the Javad Tharn option first.
My sources indicated that my son's murderer was somewhat taller. Ah, well. Now, why in the world should I even consider negotiating with the monster who murdered my dear Javad?
So yeah, if you do the Reaper's March story, I don't really remember how he was involved, because it was ages ago since I did Reaper's March. So, Javad Tharn was your son. He tried to destroy Reaper's March.
And you killed him for that? By whose authority do you play judge, jury, and executioner? Oh, to think I once dreamed of torturing you for a dozen years, but I see now that you're not worth the effort. So, why come to me about the dragons?
What about you? You think you're judge, jury, and executioner? After the tour with Tharn, I just wanna... Okay, dragon helped the undead. There's no need to play games with me. Mulan me admitted to your alliance. Abner's right, you are naive enough to think you can control a rage of dragons. Which option to take? So I'll do the persuade option because that's how I see my character. She's not really intimidating. She's more sly and cunning. So, there's no need to play games with me. Mulan me admitted to your alliance when we spoke.
You think that your flowery words will cause me to slip and reveal my deepest, darkest plan? Oh, how little you understand the mind of a Tharn. Instead, I think I will take you to the dungeons. Make you beg for mercy before I give your remains to Foom.
Okay. You agreed to this parlay. That means we're here under a truce and are free to leave. You're no fool, Queen Euraxia. You know Mulan me will destroy you once you've served your purpose. We expect you to break your word, but I'll break more than that. You really are just a usurper. Choose my words carefully. That's what Abner Tharn said, and that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna do... You're no fool. You know Mulan me will destroy you once you've served your purpose. Because we still don't know what the dragons want. I'll do that one.
Flowery words won't sway me, sun killer. But you are correct about one thing. Mulomnir and I have a special relationship. An understanding. The dragons will secure my control of Elsweyr. With their help, nothing can stop me.
But you're just their puppet. You can't win. We will free Rimmen and drive you out of Elsweyr. Think about it. You're doing exactly what Mulan wants you to do. I'm just not going to stop you. I'm going to kill you. So if we plant doubt in her mind about the dragons that might end their alliance. Yep, doing it.
Enough! Zumog Foom, what news do you bring?
The Desert Wind Adaptorium has fallen. We move against Riverhold on your word.
Then the word is given. Now, half-brother.
Treachery? How could I ever have anticipated this?
Guards, take them to the dungeons.
I think not.
I'm loving this so much. So yeah, kind of knew that would go like that. She didn't even want a parlay. But maybe we sowed some doubt with the dragons.
Well, I suppose that could have gone better.
Where are we and how did we get here?
I prepared for Euraxia's probable betrayal. Unfortunately, my teleport spell wasn't quite able to penetrate the palace wards, so we wound up down here, in the palace sewer.
Did you hear what Euraxia said to Zumong Foom? She's going to attack Riverhold.
We heard two things of note. First, Euraxian forces have invaded the Desert Wind Adaptorium for some insidious purpose. And second, my vile half-sister ordered an attack on Riverhold.
We have to warn them! We have to warn them!
One thing at a time, my companion, one thing at a time. I need to recover my strength after teleporting us into this skeever hole. I'll need your help to get out of here. Then we can deal with both Desert Wind and Riverhold.
When we faced Menamarco and Moloch Ball, you were stronger than this. What happened to you? Yes, what happened?
My age is finally catching up with me. Thank you so much for poking that open wound.
I'm sorry.
Magic takes a toll on the body. I've been wielding powerful forces since before you were born. There's always a cost. You do well to remember that.
Yep, magic always has a cost, as they say. But you will recover, right?
Eventually. Quicker if you stop badgering me about it. My strength will return, it always does. Now get us out of this sewer so we can warn both Desert Wind and Riverhold.
I care about you, that's all. Despite what you think, I do care. But yeah, I think Abner Tharn's like over 100 years old or so, so yeah, makes sense. Old age is catching up to him, and as I said, magic always has a price. So we have to go up there, and there's a book there we'll get on the way. So we're in the sewers. The skeevers. Wonder if there's any giant crocodiles. There's salamanders. I guess they're kind of like crocodiles. So this way. Wonder if there's like a sewer monster or something. So yeah, Euraxia wants to attack Riverhold and something about an adaptorium. Desert Wind Caverns. I did go in there, but there was no quest. And there was a room in there that I couldn't get into. So maybe that's where we have to go. Ah, there's Euraxians.
Like rats in the sewer, just as the queen...
You were saying? There's a dead Euraxian. Weird. Oh wait. So there's secret books here. Well, it's not secret. Oh wow, what's this? Someone living down here? Oh, coins. Guess someone's living down here. But who would live down here? In the sewers? So I guess the book I'm after is actually in the palace. Can always go back in there later to get it. So yeah, someone's living in the palace sewers. Not a very good place to live if you ask me.
Restrain the traitors!
Traitors? We're not traitors.
The way out, finally. I can't abide another moment in this stench.
We're just trying to restore the Khajiit to their city. So, yeah, what now?
Well, that's an experience I won't be adding to my memoirs. We'll separate here. Make it harder for Euraxia's lackeys to follow us.
We failed. The parlay was a disaster, which I kinda knew would happen.
Now. Things actually turned out better than I expected. We know that Euraxia wants something from the Desert Wind Adeptorium, and we know she's about to launch a counter-strike against Riverhold.
Yep. If she was smart, she wouldn't have mentioned those places at all, but I guess she thought she could capture us. There's no way I can be in two places at the same time.
That's not exactly true. If my power wasn't depleted... Well, let's not digress. I'll go to Riverhold and warn Garishri. We'll make sure the city is ready for the attack. Meanwhile, you find out what's happening at the Desert Wind Adeptorium.
I've been... Yeah, as I said, I went there before, but there was no quest. So I've been to the Desert Wind Adeptorium. What can you tell me about it?
Adeptoriums serve the same function as monasteries in other parts of Tamriel. Desert Wind and its adepts are dedicated to the Jan Kaj, literally the Order of the Desert Wind. Note that it has numerous entrances, in case the main door is blocked.
Yeah. When I did try to enter it first, I tried the front door, but it was locked, but there was like a side entrance I could go in. Alright, I'll go back to the Desert Wind Adeptorium. Okay. So, you have to go down there. But first, before we continue with the main quest, there might be some quests here in Rimmen for me to do, so I'm going to end this one here, and we'll continue on questing in the next one. I will see you around. Thanks for watching.